taking a while this time.
Hello, hello. This is our weekly broadcast where we discuss everything that has to do with SEO and AI. I'm Ann Smarty. I have been in SEO for 20 years, for more than 20 years. So I've seen it all, definitely. I like what is happening today because it is so much going on in our industries that it is very hard to keep up. And that's why we are here. We're trying to help you understand what's going on and what can be done about that. I will not do too much talking today because maybe you can hear I'm feeling a little bit sick. I may start coughing uncontrollably. So if I'm not talking too much, that's why, or if I get muted, that's also why. I apologize for that. But today is a topic where my co-host is has huge expertise in, so I'm sure she will be able to share a lot of insights today. April, our director of social media, as well as many other roles, but she knows the topic best, and that's why I'm excited to just be quiet for the most time, for the most part today. A few quick updates in our industry before we start. Like I said, something is going on all the time in our industry. First of all, I suggest everyone checking their Search Console Insights. That is the separate section giving you a quick overview of your website performance. Rolled out, Search Console just rolled out a newish feature. Some of us had that earlier. Now it is public for everyone. All the keyword data there, or the query data there, is grouped now, so you don't see individual queries that your site is either ranking on top or driving traffic or trending or going or losing visibility. All you will not see individual search queries there. You will see groups of search queries that are either driving performance, driving visibility, or losing or gaining it quickly. So it's there is a lot of drama about that in our industry because we believe, most of us believe, that Google is going to move away from reporting on each individual query. Does make sense for many of us because, I mean, it's not about individual query rankings anymore, especially in AI. It's more topic, it's more clustering, because for each individual query, you will see additional, you will know fan out queries. So it's more about knowing your overall visibility in groups rather than separate and individual keywords. So it does make sense. But also, another theory is that everything is losing clicks, and Google is trying to make it harder and harder to understand how much traffic you've lost for individual query. And that's why it's rumored, and maybe many people think, that at some point Google will start reporting on groups versus individual queries in the performance section as well. For that particular reason, they don't want you to know exactly the keywords that you lost or gained traffic, mostly that lost traffic for, so you will not be able to know that if that groups of queries, so will not be able to dig deeper. Considering we don't have a lot of keyword data anymore, Google Analytics went to not provide it many years ago. We don't see any clicks there. Third party trackers like SEMrush, Ahrefs are struggling because they cannot see further page 2 of search results, and also they do not know exactly how much traffic each query is driving. So at some point we will probably have even less visibility if Search Console will go to reporting to groups rather than individual queries. So check it out anyways. There is nothing we can do at this point for that, but it's an interesting insight. I checked that for all our clients already, and it's something that really gives you some idea of which group you need to work for, which one you did well for, which is growing, which is declining. Quite some great visibility. I would say that it is useful. It gives you a different angle from what the performance section is reporting, which is not as easy to make sense of. So at this point, I'm happy. I don't know what the future holds and if Google will switch to that kind of reporting everywhere, but so far it is pretty useful. There are other news in our industry as well. Gemini, the new Gemini model is launched. AI mode is getting more interactive. Shopping feeds have come to AI mode and Gemini, just like with ChatGPT. Google is launching a in answer buying, so you can just buy right from the AI answer. Interesting. I think it is even better implemented than ChatGPT, but that's because Google has had a lot of things already enabled, like shopping feeds. All of that has been in Google for years. They do have a lot more infrastructure for launching these features, and it's nice to see that they are following ChatGPT footsteps. Right after that huge announcement from ChatGPT, Google is announcing something similar. So it's interesting to watch for sure. With that, let's talk about today's topic because it is not easy for me to talk. Today we are talking about Reddit, and not just Reddit, but creating and developing your business account on Reddit. There are many businesses that are doing that right now because they want to have presence on Reddit, and in most cases, they do that wrong. Please check out nsmarty.com. This is where I publish new episodes every week for you to know what we are going to discuss today, and also link to this live stream so you know how to join. And we'll discuss specifics of developing business accounts with April, because April is the one who is actually doing that. So she will be able to share a lot of advice and a lot of insights into that. To talk about what most businesses are doing wrong, I can do that because I'm the moderator of my own subreddit, and trust me, it is not fun to watch how many businesses are trying to manipulate and cheat their way into different subreddits. I mean, it's good and bad news for my subreddit. First of all, I can say it has grown enough for it to be the target of all those tactics. But being in the front of fighting that is definitely not an easy a way to do that, because on one hand I'm trying to give the voice to actual people who want to share their tools, their tests, their case studies. But on the other hand, I cannot tolerate all these AI generated threads and comments that are flooding the subreddit. And there is the fine balance between moderating everything out, especially from new accounts, which is the default feature in Reddit moderation automation. I don't want to get into that because I do want new accounts to be able to post, but moderating all of that manually is becoming really a headache. By the way, check out my subreddit. It's SEO for AI on Reddit. You can search SEO for AI in Google, or I hope someone will post the links in the comments while I'm talking. I do my best to moderate everything that is abusing Reddit. And so I can definitely see how many businesses are trying to get into Reddit in the wrong ways. And first of all, they post AI generated threads. They generate content for AI that looks like informational tutorials, how-tos, but it's obviously AI generated. There is no first-hand experience there. There is nothing new there. It's all repackaged content from somewhere else. It's very obvious. I always delete that. It is annoying to see that people trying to use Reddit use AI to generate content there. Reddit is created for human interactions and human content. Please do not use AI to generate comments or threads because it is very obvious, it is very annoying for your future customers who will think twice before they become your customers when they see that. Don't do that. The other popular way that is also obvious is to buy threads and comments from third-party accounts. There are very lot of marketplaces for that allow you to do that, and it is also very obvious. I always see those threads, and I have to delete them even if they start to generate some real interaction. So this is how it works. You buy an account like a thread where people ask question like, how do I rank in AI or in Gemini or in ChatGPT? They post that question that looks very not self-promotional, and then they buy a bunch of comments that are either posting something useful, like I do this, do that, but it also AI generated comment. And the other part of comments are mentioning their brand or mentioning their tool. And they talk about different features and how it's different from other solutions. This is very obvious as well. I started banning accounts from my subreddit that do that because they are obviously coming from marketplaces. Unfortunately, it's not easy to ban all of them because they are always different. But I'm doing my best, and this is time consuming and also very annoying, and it is useless too because not just I see that it is all fake, but your leads or your future customers see that too. And if you annoy Reddit enough, trust me, your audience will start discussing that everywhere. So your brand name will be ranking on Google for your branded search, discussing how you are an unethical company, or how you may be a scam because you are spamming Reddit. It can go wrong in so many ways. It is very risky. If you value your brand name, please do not do either of those. It's easy. It makes you think that's a shortcut to Reddit, but it is not effective and it is very dangerous. Reddit subreddits can ban domains, they can ban users, but it's not even the worst case scenario. Again, the worst case scenario is when your reputation will start will be hurt by that, and those negative threats will follow you for years. Because we did the research and asked a lot of businesses, and most threats that rank for their brand name, those Reddit threads are 1, 2, 3, 4 years old. They're very hard to get rid of once they are on Reddit. So please do not try shortcuts on Reddit. It's not a platform to play with because it can backfire in a huge way. And with that, I will pass that to April. You can give a quick introduction on how you can start with creating your official brand account on Reddit, and also we'll ask some questions and see what we can also discuss today.
Great. I'm April, and I've been doing various forms of Reddit marketing for maybe 12, 13 years now. So I've been seeing the evolution of Reddit marketing and seeing how people interact with Reddit differently, and it's how much it's exploded in popularity. And also I have a lot of respect for Reddit and how it's still an authentic platform, and that's a place to go where you can find authentic experiences and learn about brands in a genuine way. And so like all the approaches that Anne discussed, like the really easy, cheap, quick approaches, are like pretty upsetting to me because it's kind of like diluting the trust that people have in Reddit because there's so many AI bots now and fake comments and fake reviews and all just just a lot of inauthenticity now. So like it's important to me that the approaches that we take are still like honoring like the spirit of Reddit. So like that's why I really like what we do. Another thing I wanted to mention, like when you were talking about how like a brand's reputation can get like tanked really fast on Reddit if they're engaging in like those fake engaging in the AI bots, AI content, that kind of thing. And also when like you search a brand on Reddit, it'll actually give you like AI will give you a summary of like all the impressions or all the like the comments, impressions, the general sentiment around your brand. So it just gives you like a whole summary of that. AI can find all like the people saying it's fake or people saying it's that brand's spammy, or they can find all that really fast, just instantly. So that's why it's just better to like build a slow, genuine presence. So like as in the newsletter, you mentioned making like a brand subreddit and like a brand moderator account. So we start with that, and then rather than like trying to force the conversation on people, like just going to like threads and people asking about like what product would you recommend for this, and then like just going and be like, hey, this is what our brand is the best. Like you can do that, but it's like the Reddit will instantly be like, you're clearly doing this on purpose. Like you're clearly going out of your way to like force this upon us, and they get really angry about that. So the approach that we take is we have the subreddit, and we will slowly develop like the karma for the moderator account in various ways. We'll get into that later, but like on the brand subreddit, this is all a very slow process because it's very easy to tick off Reddit and it'll backfire like spectacularly and have to start all over and everything, or it's just like to be very careful. Start just like posting like helpful content about your brand, like FAQs people might have. Like, sorry, I've got some sirens in the background, but FAQs people might have. Like first, you can investigate. Sorry. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but first.
It's kind of timely when we talk about Reddit and how it can be dangerous. there is that's a good background for like people. It's dangerous. Don't rush. Don't try to be too quick with Reddit. It's actually a very hard conversation that we have with every client again and again, even though at the very beginning we are always open about how it cannot be sped up and how it should be taken very slowly and carefully. At some point clients will still like, let's do something quicker, let's I need to do that, and we always we always have that conversation with every client. It can backfire.
Definitely. And for brands that like already have a negative reputation on Reddit for whatever reason, you're not going to be able to fight that with like cheap, quick fixes, because that's just going to feed into like the narrative about the brand being like not savory or just being like untrustworthy. So that's why you gotta take like a slow, genuine approach. So like you can research on Reddit, like what the impressions of the brand are, what people are saying, the questions that people have. And then rather than trying to fight that or fight like just misinformation directly, you can go to your subreddit and like just post FAQs, post like just things addressing the questions that people have. So if they do search your brand, like your subreddit can come up and they can see like the answers to those questions, the official answers to those questions. And perhaps it might not always, like people might still have, Reddit's just very skeptical, and they love to dig around and try to find dirt. Like that's just what they kind of do. So you can't really counteract that too well. So all you can do is just have official content on your brand, and then hopefully like that over time that will gain traction and hopefully kind of balance out the misinformation out there. You can have like a reviews thread. You can find genuine reviews, like you can find genuine reviews on Reddit. You can share reviews from like outside of Reddit. Just I would definitely avoid fake reviews, or that's just people can smell that, especially on Reddit. People can smell that a mile away. So you can have, that's what you can do. And then you can also share content that like might not be brand related at all. It could just be genuinely helpful to people who might be interested in your brand. Like, let's say you have like some kind of home improvement brand. You can share things that are interesting in that field or that are helpful in that field. So when people come into your subreddit, they can see like helpful content and see that you're not just trying to use Reddit to sell. Like you're genuinely trying to build a community that's helpful for people and informative, and the official stuff on your brand's like a bonus. The official content is like a bonus to like that they can look at. So yeah, so slow, as Craig said, slow and steady and natural wins the race. Just genuine engagement. Like you just got to try to be genuinely helpful. That's the gist of it. And we got to keep in mind that a lot of brands are doing the shady stuff, like buying comments, buying upvotes. So like in order to stand out from all of that clutter that's filling up Reddit, you need to just be genuine and helpful and human, or like human. At the end of the day, Reddit's all about like the human experience. So to like stand out on Reddit, you need to also be like giving a human interactions.
And even branded content like reviews and FAQs
Sorry, go ahead.
Can be genuinely helpful as well. Like even when we talk to our clients about curating reviews on Reddit, we don't say let's only find positive reviews. We say let's ask or let's curate reviews that have some factual, helpful information there that can help the future customers. Like how did you make it to work? What did you say? Like did you use the tool? Did you talk to a customer support, or like did you get some additional help from the business to make it work? So something that can help. How much time did it take for you to benefit from the product, or things like that, so that that manages expectation. And it's not just reviews that say, oh, they were so great, they were just amazing. We don't suggest curating reviews like that. Even brand-driven threads about your brand, or answering questions about your brand, they should be very clear, factual, and helpful as well, not just for like to do the positive thing. It needs to be something useful. And April, you mentioned karma. Let's talk about that. What it is, why it is important. Oh, Julie had the yes. Julie.
So I think this karma question, this question is related. So I mean, for people who don't know about Reddit, karma is just like points that your account can earn by getting like upvotes on various things, and you need to have like a certain amount of karma to interact in certain subreddits. And the more karma it's not always so cut and dry, but like the more karma your account has, the more like, I guess, genuine it might, like the more secure it might be, the more it might show up on just in rankings and whatnot. Like, so just slowly, again, it's like a slow and steady kind of thing. So the question is, what can new moderators do to learn more about the ins and outs of moderating their own subreddit? So there's like a few subreddits that are actually made for new moderators. So you can check out our new mods, and you can ask questions there and get feedback and see what other mods are doing to develop their both their subreddits and their moderator accounts. You can before you even like set up your brand subreddit, you can start subscribing to other subreddits that are like relevant to your brand and see what kind of things are performing well there, see what the kind of questions people have there in those subreddits, and that can even give you inspiration to the kind of content to have on in your subreddit that might be helpful for people in your community. You can scroll through the Reddit news feeds and subreddits news feeds to get a better feel, like just to see what people enjoy reading. And so yeah, once again, like we can't stress enough that like new moderators need to go slowly. Like you need to not rush posting and commenting. And Reddit has absolutely no issue banning accounts that set off red flags, even if you're not even doing anything wrong, or just even if like so just like like when I always the way I look at it is like you want to draw as little attention to yourself as possible at first. So, but just by going slow, building up things slowly, just don't push like your brand's message right away. Like just don't like you can't just jump right in and be like and see people talking about your brand and be like, hey, that's not true. Or you just like you have to they'll get angry about that. Like Redditors are very sensitive at times. So you just gotta just just observe at first and interact here and there, and just you don't want to rush into it. That's the first thing that'll get your account banned is just rushing into it. And just
Yep.
yeah.
One thing you want to avoid is actually called karma phishing. The new concept that I learned when I became the moderator of my own subreddit, and I see people doing that. That's trying to build karma fast by posting the same stuff everywhere or posting fake stuff, posting a lot of stuff, even if it's relevant. Sometimes, in most cases, people are actually keeping it relevant, but it's very obvious that they are here in this thread saying something just because they need karma, and it's not good for the brand, and it also can get you suspended as well on Reddit, especially if you try to do that quickly and fast. So I guess the takeaway today is actually this: anything you do on Reddit should not be fast. I know it is hard to explain to your boss. I know it's hard to explain to your client, but anytime you have to manage those expectations very well, and that's what we are doing as well, because unless you try, you can get away with some stuff on Reddit for sure. People buy accounts with already some age and karma and use those. You can get away with some shortcuts for some time. But if you try to be fast about building your presence on Reddit, it is actually more dangerous than not being on Reddit at all, even if people are discussing your business, because anything you do can backfire on you and damage your reputation as well. You can get banned everywhere, and your domain can get banned on the relevant subreddits, and you will never be able to post there. So there are a lot of things that can go wrong. And unless you are prepared to take things slow, do not try Reddit, because it is a risky place. I guess this is the biggest thing, and Reddit is very unique in that way. They have ads, yeah, they have things that you can use right now and try different subreddits, test different messaging. You can do that way ethically as well, because those will be sponsored posts that will be definitely they're not as visible as organic. They do not influence organic search in Google or AI as well, but they are great for quick testing. If this subreddit is going to work, if this messaging is good enough, if I need to be on Reddit at all. So use Reddit ads if you need results today or tomorrow. But like with anything organic, Google is the same as well. You cannot take shortcuts because they will backfire. Look at all the Reddit, all the Google SEO history. There were always shortcuts. There still. Even in AI, there are shortcuts. We all know them. You could rank easily using different methods at different periods of SEO. But those sites are no longer there because they were penalized for life, and it's very hard to get out of that. Reddit is the same. There are shortcuts that work until they backfire, and with Reddit it can be very damaging. If you value your reputation in your business, do not try to take shortcuts on Reddit. Everything should be very slow and authentic. I guess it is rewarding in the future because if you take slow, it will organically grow and it is there for you for a lifetime. That channel is yours if you are very good about that. With that, thank you very much, April, for saving the day today. I'll try to recover next week so we can discuss some more SEO trends and SEO news. There are a bunch that happened last week and we didn't have time to get to that. Check out answering.com, subscribe to know the topic for the next week. I post Tuesday or Wednesday, and you will know the context and links and how to join as well. Thank you so much. Don't join us next Wednesday, 1 p.m. EST. That's when we discuss everything important to SEO and AI. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.